Hello, and thank you for joining me for a discussion of Maryland Realtor revised forms effective October 1, 2017. To learn about the new forms, please watch the Maryland Realtor New Forms video for October 2017. I will discuss revisions to existing forms beginning in alphabetical order with the as-is addendum. In the as-is addendum, the sentence stating that the property condition paragraph and the termite paragraph are deleted from the contract was made bold. This addendum should be used in situations where the parties agree that the property will convey as is as of the date of contract acceptance. If this addendum is used, the parties do not need to strike through the property condition and termite paragraphs. Also, if the party's initial paragraph B, the buyer may conduct whatever inspections the buyer chooses to conduct. The conservation easement addendum was revised to include the statutory definition of the term conservation easement. This addendum should be used when the property is encumbered by a conservation easement as defined in Section 10-705 of the Real Property Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland. The consumer alert for buyers of residential real estate in Maryland was modified to include a provision alerting buyers that Maryland law expressly prohibits audio recording of private conversations without the consent of all parties. Simply posting a notice that an audio-visual recording is being made is not consent. It is strongly recommended that such consent be obtained in writing. In the conventional financing addendum, the sentence stating that the appraisal must be ordered within a certain time frame was deleted from the addendum. In the exclusive buyer-tenant representation agreement, an error was corrected in paragraph 4, and a link was updated in paragraph 10. In the exclusive right to lease residential brokerage agreement, paragraph 4, an error was corrected and paragraph numbers were updated. Paragraph 8 was inserted to enable owner to give written consent for the listing broker to discuss other properties at owner's open house. Additionally, paragraph 10 was inserted to alert owner that owner must obtain all parties' consent to record audio. If paragraph 8 is not initialed, the listing broker or agent may not discuss other properties at owner's open house. Owner should also be alerted that owner must obtain all parties' consent to record audio. In the exclusive right to sell residential brokerage agreement, paragraph 8 was inserted to enable seller to give written consent for the listing broker to discuss other properties at seller's open house. Additionally, paragraph 10 was inserted to alert seller that seller must obtain all parties' consent to record audio. If paragraph 8 is not initialed, the listing broker or agent may not discuss other properties at seller's open house. Seller should also be alerted that seller must obtain all parties' consent to record audio. In the exclusive right to sell unimproved land brokerage agreement, an error was corrected in paragraph 4. In the general residential dwelling lease template, the box appearing at the top of page 1 was modified to reflect the name change from the Maryland Association of Realtors to Maryland Realtors. Also, the link in paragraph 36 was updated. In the kickout addendum, the addendum number appearing in the heading was removed. The addendum was also modified to state that the 72-hour time frame begins when seller delivers notice in person or by telefax, telecopier, or a digital image via email. Additionally, language was added requiring seller to notify buyer of seller's decision to accept or reject the financial information buyer submitted. Seller should be alerted that if seller fails to notify buyer of seller's decision regarding whether the financial information buyer submitted is satisfactory, seller will be deemed to have accepted this information and the contract will remain in effect. In the property inspections addendum, the addendum number appearing in the heading was removed. Additionally, paragraph 4A was modified to enable buyer to request a repair credit. Paragraph 4C was revised to allow seller to offer a repair credit. If seller offers buyer a repair credit, buyer has 2 days to respond. Buyer can terminate or accept the credit. Also, it is buyer's responsibility to confirm with buyer's lender that buyer can use the credit. In the property inspections notice, paragraph 2C was modified to enable buyer to request a repair credit. Paragraph 3D was added to enable seller to offer a credit. Paragraph 4 was modified to include reference to seller offering a credit. Lastly, Paragraph 4C was revised to include language enabling buyer to accept seller's offer of a credit. In the residential contract of sale, Paragraph 11 was revised to reference paragraph headings instead of paragraph numbers. Paragraph 14 was revised to provide buyer and seller with additional information regarding the agricultural use assessment and the agricultural land transfer tax. In paragraph 18, the list of addenda was revised to include the new backup contract addendum. Also, federal lead-based paint and lead-based paint hazards disclosure of information was changed to disclosure of information on lead-based paint and/or lead-based paint hazards, which is the actual title of the disclosure. Lastly, 2 additional lines were added to paragraph 18. A comma was inserted in line 11 of paragraph 35, and a link was updated in paragraph 42. Regarding paragraph 14, the parties should be alerted that if seller used the property for agricultural purposes and buyer will not, an agricultural land transfer tax may be due and could be substantial. Links to additional information concerning Maryland's agricultural use assessment and the agricultural land transfer tax are located in the video description below. In the unimproved land contract of sale, paragraph 11 was modified to reflect paragraph headings instead of paragraph numbers. Paragraph 14 was revised to provide buyer and seller with additional information about the agricultural use assessment and the agricultural land transfer tax. In paragraph 18, the list of addenda was revised to include the new backup contract addendum. A comma was inserted in line 11 of paragraph 35, and a link was updated in paragraph 42. Also, addendum numbers were deleted from the headings of all contract addenda and all brokerage agreement addenda. Lastly, all the forms were updated to reflect the new Maryland Realtor logo and copyright. To learn about new forms, be sure to watch the Maryland Realtors New Forms video for October 2017. Thank you and take care.